Okay guys, hey and hello, welcome to this brief summary of the new ring. I leveled it up to level 3, tested around just a little bit so I can skill some things and also can tell you what I've found out so far and what my opinion is so far. First of all, you don't need to gather your might down here and then level the ring up. The gathering is now automatically. This bar then fills up slowly. If you click on it, it says how many ability points you have out of the amount, or might, sorry, how much might you currently collected out of the maximum you need for the level up. Once your ring is able to level up, it will glow blue. So like the entire thing down here will glow in a bright blue, and then you can click on it and level it up with quite a nice animation, but hopefully the animation will stop after the ring hits level 5 or 10, because it would be really annoying to every single time watch the animation, because it's not like a 1-second animation. But yeah, let's go into the first tree. Dominions is now over here. You can skill this from ring level 1. Then this extract, it's basically the amount of resources you got before from gathering, but this time it's instant. So took this 40 stone tile. Now you have a ring button down here for your ring abilities. Now I can click on extract and I instantly get 7.2k stone for 3 ability points. And on a 40 tile, I think, if I recall correctly, 7.2k stone is the old gathering. So, yeah, this sounds like just a straight on buff. This thing is, it costs 1 ability point and you can skip the last 10 minutes of a building. So, of building a building. Right, let me show it really quick. We go to build, we say, let's build up our construction post. It costs, take 3 minutes. Upgrade, time out of time, it costs 1 ability point, instantly finished. 10 minutes, time out of time, finish. Okay, so this is, in theory, it sounds nice, but let me get back in. So you also could say, we need our tribute back up, so you could also speed it up with 3 gems. Or 10 minutes is an equality of 6 gems. So you're paying 6 gems is equal for 1 ability point in here, and in my personal opinion 1 ability point is worth way more than 6 gems, because you will get, even as free-to-play player, you will get some gems from the new journey. So you could just skip everything that's like 10-minute time left. You just buy 2 skips for 6 gems and save the ability point. Yeah, because extraction would be way stronger. But in my personal opinion, when you start, skip this. Skill Dominions, nothing more. Well, those two got changed. Abundant Might and Abundant Wisdom now are increase the focus of your commander and the might, and no longer the physical damage and the ability, the focus damage. That's a huge buff in my personal opinion, because yeah, more focus is always better. And more might also, but of course physical damage 10% increase was also a lot. And maybe even better than just might. But might all physical abilities scale with the might of a commander. And also your troop damage scales with might, your troop defense scales with focus, or rather your troops damage reduction, and your commander's focus, burn, and poison damage scales with focus. So I personally like the addition this way more. In my opinion, it feels better than the one before, because it's also, especially the focus one, it's a bit more defensive. And the might one also benefits your units. So it's also insanely strong for a Theoden, who you mainly build on might and speed. And this gives his units even more damage. But this one is absolute trash. In my opinion, it's not worth it at all. And I'm on a mixed server with this account, so down here you have Persuasion. It's a one-time ability, you skill it one time and you get access to all your commanders. As far as I understand it, sadly this account here does not have any evil commanders, so it's not worth it to show it. And morale, like the old system, with 1 out of 10. Or 0 of 10, this opinion. So, now you can already see here, unlocks at 50, 30, 10, so let's go with the unlocks at level 10. At level 10, you get the max ability points. So, basically, I would say, on level 5 and 10, you upgrade Dominions, ignore all the rest, and once your ring is level 10, you instantly maximize enormous power. I mean, before you needed ring level 12 for this, now it's ring level 10, so not a big change. Clairvoyance, this is the scouting ability. It will also, it will not only show you the 2 first defenders if players on the tile, you can also scout neutral tiles with this. So you can scout your 200 tiles and you can see both defenders. You can scout both defenders of your 300 tiles. When you start taking 130s, 150s, where you usually start to scout as well, you can now scout these tiles so you know what you're facing. Here's the good old gathering ability. This time, now this costs 5 ability points and no longer 3. 3 is the extraction. Gathering will also only take 10 minutes instead of 30. At least this was what the tutorial showed. Here was it gathering. So it's, since the bar is like just started, I would assume it's now only 10 minutes, but maybe it's still 30 minutes and only with a level 50 commander with maximize command points on him gets down to 10 minutes, who knows. But it gives now more resources than before, because extract gives the old amount of resources instantly. Gathering takes a little bit of time, takes 5 ability points, but gives you more resources. Yeah, clairvoyance of course is insane. And enormous power as well. And the good old abundant grain wood, stone and ore are up here. You can skill them up until your ring hits 30 and you reset all skills. Because nothing better to do with them, in my opinion. And once your ring hits 30, you want to maximize, of course, the max commander stamina. And then here, Mind Sharpener is the old mock battle. But this time there's one big change. Let's see how much. Mind Sharpener, still the same, costs 1 ability point. And 1 move of a commander, so to say. So like, still 20 stamina, I assume, because here consumes grain and a commander stamina to obtain commander XP. It doesn't say how much stamina. I would guess it's still the 20. But this time, you have nothing to lower the stamina cost and to lower the grain cost for mock battle. So they will stay like on the same cost as before, and you can't double the amount of mock battles you do. But this time, here's the considerable XP, the normal one, commander XP gain. No idea if this will maximize at 5% or at 10%. Before it was 5%, it was 1% at the first point and then went up in 0.5% steps up to 5%. Maybe this is 10% now. Dexterity gives you, or Mind Sharpener, more XP gained. So your mock battles just give more XP. I hope this will maximize at plus 100%, but maybe it also just maximizes at 50% and goes up in 5% steps. We don't know yet. And here is powerful sweeping, so you gotta hold against non-player armies damage dealt plus 1%. This is also down here. So once your ring hits level 30, you get your powerful abilities. Now we get to come to the last tree, unlocks at level 50. This is the military fortifications, so the fort durability increases. You also have the quick march and the long march down here. I have a comment on the long march in the end. And abundant force, like the conscription hiring time, and back here in the last corner there's the army march speed. So no possibility anymore to boost the speed of your commander. Those were the abilities. For those who just wanted to see them, here you are. Now my personal comments on those. First of all, this skill is bullshit. I hope, or I would love to see it scaling with your ring level. So basically every 10 ring levels, the time you can skip increases by 5 minutes or 10 minutes or stuff like this. Because late game 10 minutes is not worth an ability point. Even early game, it's, my opinion, maybe the only thing where I might consider taking it is before I get the gathering to get the last 10 minutes done to unlock the first tier 2 unit. But even those I will most likely skip with gems. So in my opinion, it's not worth the skill point at all. And this time out of time, if you reset, time out of time won't get resetted. So you will never get the skill point back. once your ring is level 70, 80 and you have all the important ones down here, the inner circle here, down here a few, if those are all maxed, then you can make it so you can increase the focus and might of your commander, of course. Ah yeah, and now we can also see the glowing I mentioned before. So I can show you the animation. So yeah. This is the animation you have to endure every single time. Yeah, of course it's not too long, but I would appreciate it if it would stop at level 5 or level 10. But well, that's just a little convenience thing and nothing really important. Yeah, but the one thing I really, really dislike a lot about this new ring is that you need your ring at level 50 for the Long March feature. And the one thing why I hate it is because for War of the Ring, for the War of the Ring campaign, it is so important for the factions, for all the other factions, to be able to enter the west of the Misty Mountains. You won't hit level 50 ring in the first 2 days. Even now that your commanders are level 5 once you start, you won't hit ring level 50 on the first day. But on the second day you should start moving towards Anuminas. Because this is a very important keep in the War of the Ring campaign. Anumidas, Rudaur are of big importance to slow the ring down so the evil side can build their commanders up before the corruption starts. And the good side, same thing. Speed it up so it's faster here so the enemy is weaker and can't get a hold down here. In my opinion, the missing Long March feature until ring level 50 is a gigantic blow to an entire campaign. And I dislike it a lot. For the normal campaigns, yeah, sure, but especially for War of the Ring, Long March is so important. And it's basically removed for the first 2 to 3 days, because only the really active players will hit ring level 50 on the second or third day. Some weaker or less active players, they will take a few days until they hit ring level 50. Especially from ring level 30 on, it's getting exhausting. And on War of the Ring campaign, again, the season progressions here are all time-based, so you always have to wait a certain amount of time for them to activate. So I think is it level 6? Yeah, so until the amplified power here, where the structures of a faction increase your power production, takes like, I think it was approximately 2 weeks on War of the Ring until you finally get this. And so the weaker players some of them will need way over a week, or maybe even 2, to get their ring onto level 50. And in those first 2 weeks, the ring already is over in Rivendell, and you need an establishment over here. So I dislike this a lot. Of course, the whales who reach it first could jump over, build a fellowship fortress, but still, I dislike it. I dislike this. Just this thing a lot. I would appreciate it way more if Long March would go down here, like an extra branch out of Abundant Endurance down here, and then I would be personally fine. One thing I'm still missing actually, and maybe some of you have searched for it as well, I don't see an ability where you can increase the amounts of forts you're able to build. So I have 10 forts and that's it. I've not found a single skill anywhere to this point that gives me the opportunity to increase the amounts of forts I can build. Maybe this is now related to your main hall. If so, it's not described anywhere, so yeah. Only time can tell us this. So yeah. This is also the second downside I found so far on the new ring, because 10 forts really isn't a lot. So yeah, let's see how it will end up if you use it and practice it in the end. Yeah, now you could have a glance on the new ring abilities, a little bit of explanation if you wanted to listen on how they work this time or nowadays. And at the end, a little bit of my personal opinion on how I like the changes. Yeah, so with those information, I hope it was understandable what I talked, and yeah, I wish you a nice day. Enjoy the sun if you have it, and hope you have a nice day. I'll get myself another coffee. Bye bye.